Let's face it, citizens of America, we're fucked. This once great nation's winning streak has run shit out of luck. We've let ourselves become a backward race of rival thugs with nothing to look forward to but Netflix, porn, and drugs. No living wage, lame health care, failing schools, mutant food, a president who pees himself while tweeting something crude. Our government so deadlocked it could shut down any day. Uncompromising voters wondering how it got that way. No self-restraint, no dignity, no eloquence, no grace, no wisdom, no sobriety, no patience, no taste. It's almost funny watching a bold, proud people self-destruct, except when they're your own. My God, how did we get so fucked? Did it start with Nixon's lies, with corporate lobbying's ascension, with Reagan feeding Wall Street wolves the union's dues and pensions? When the White House Oval served as a convenient room to screw in, did Clinton's hormones set us on the road to moral ruin? Was Texan swagger partly to blame? Were George Bush Jr.'s blunders fair payback for 9/11, or willful ignorance? One wonders, how long did we expect to prop up kings whose oil we needed before downtrodden subjects made it clear how they'd been treated? And while our parties bickered, each camp crying out for justice, the nation's highest court prepared this bombshell. Trust us. Freedom of speech extends to corporations. It may sound funny, but Citizens United sort of talks, except with money. Then whoosh, the floodgates open to a campaign spending spree with super PAC and think tank dollars screaming me, me, me so fervently that candidates we thought would represent us can't hear us through the clamor of behemoths who've outspent us. Even a young idealist with the pluck to do great things comes into office tangled up in donors' puppet strings. Her party whip says, sorry, there's no time here for reflection. Tomorrow you'll start making calls to fund your re-election. If half the money wasted holding on to useless power were set aside for schools or paying workers by the hour to mend old roads and bridges, well, we'd have an infrastructure. Instead, we've got a crapload of attack ads. What's fucked here? The journalists whose job it is to keep us in the loop, sifting the facts from slick PR doled out on bullshit scoops, are giving up. They bring in experts with opposing views, whose inconclusive prattle leaves the public more confused. No wonder viewers turn to sources with a biased slant. It's easier than digging out the truth from all that cant. Presumptions are an easy sell. Reality's more sly. It takes a mind like Spock's to watch with an objective eye. The rest forget, while commentators talk of deconfliction, that controversy is a drug, that spin is our addiction. And any dealer worth his salt can tell you there's more profit in keeping addicts on a drug than helping them get off it. Get off it? Why would we want to? No, the fucked need their distractions. Need Snapchat, Tumblr, Instagram, and YouTube stupefaction. Need slot machines and gaming apps, cold brews, big gulps, iced lattes to drown their fears of cyber war and climate death on hot days. The truly bored or desperate zap an overactive brain with coke, meth, crack, weed, smack, or opioids to numb the pain. Our pharma habits trigger new anxiety disorders, turning us into twitchy shut-ins, germophobic hoarders. Hard work is no solution. The successful workaholics whose sick days gather dust and whose vacations are symbolic fly off on business trips and raid the hotel minibar for anything to take their minds off just how fucked they are. We cling to dying dreams as our communities erode. Our shell-shocked kids take cover
while our marriages implode, in schools that teach them how to follow rules, not how to think. Their minds grow rotten from the mental Kool-Aid that they drink. A generation raised on buzzwords, armed with pseudoscience, has come to feel its impotence and lash out in defiance. Bullies online at rallies or in dank extremist cells, the disillusioned vent their wrath on weakling infidels. They're symptoms of the nation's psyche, bruised and polarized, deputies of a mass derangement now epitomized by madmen who gun down the crowds with whom they can't connect, and cops who fire at black folks they're too panicked to protect.
So sue me if my language sounds aggressive or informal, but someone had to say it. Being fucked is our new normal. Until we stop the corporate cash that clogs our legislation with laws that mask investment schemes as plans for job creation. Until we learn respect for those whose foreignness we hate and broaden our provincial views through civilized debate. Until we grasp that whether God or physics is the cause, our feelings are irrelevant to nature's unfair laws. That only when we clear our heads, step off our social ladders, silence the phones and flush the dope and talk about what matters, can we quit pointing fingers, shifting blame, passing the buck, and take some responsibility. Till then, my friends, we're fucked.